You got your cupcake though, right?
Oh, I did. A little thing.
Okay, well, I didn't get my fireball because I.
John's already gone. John's already gone. I don't think he made it out of the room.
That was a great meeting.
Fireball, what do you thought was good?
I had 3 of them in mine.
I thought it was apple cider.
No, that's the new one. You can read those.
Oh, no, there are 2 more. Sorry.
I just had that one bottle.
I actually handed mine right over to my husband.
You notice I took the bigger bag.
John got
Like
the,
snickerdoodles, so.
yours was a note. Just come by the office.
Right. I think out of everybody, you need this more than anyone.
There's more of a globe than a ball.
Yeah.
I mean,
And there was a certificate for 3 more
That's Carl. He
on the
knows.
road. Yes.
Nobody showed up, so he went ahead.
Right.
I might as well use it.
I can't say.
What a beautiful day.
Oh, I don't know. I thought so.
You're happy because you're out of school now.
Represent them.
You, young lady, are very, very intelligent.
Sir?
Oh, that's great.
Hey, Lisa, did you give that bag to your daughter?
Did I what?
Did you give her that cake? Did you give her the bag?
No.
Okay, so I didn't look in the
I
bag.
meant to bring that.
They just said it. They just said it, and I'm
I
like,
meant to bring it.
I didn't know it was in there. I
well,
gave
no,
mine to.
you can have it because I've had a little bit too much
Yeah, he is.
in my day, and so I don't need to taste it.
Okay.
I can taste it without it.
I know.
So yeah, so it was like, they were like, did you get that? And I'm like, no, we're just like, oh crap.
No, we're
Lisa,
35
they just told
seconds
me that.
into
I
the
was
world's
like,
fastest meeting and we haven't even started yet. I know, look at that.
Boom.
Are you ready, Patrick?
That's so cute.
Are you ready?
We have a
6 p.m. We'll call this village meeting to order. If you all please join me in a moment of silence. The Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Mr. Clerk, would you take the roll?
Trustee Nice. Trustee Try.
Present.
Trustee Ferguson.
President,
Trustee Charo.
Present.
Trustee Gerger.
Here.
Trustee Fletcher.
Here.
Village President Kimsey.
Present. Any public announcements this evening?
Yes.
So do we do
bless.
Friday night and not a night?
Santa Claus is coming to Chatham, December the 2nd
Oh, yeah.
and December the 3rd. So watch
In
out.
second,
I said the 2nd
okay.
on Friday night and then on the 3rd.
We were too busy cheering for.
Oh,
There you go.
yeah. We were trying to make sure we were on the good list.
Big
And
list.
then we have Deb Martins here from Jared's Keepers. Deb, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you for allowing me to present this in front of you, Chief. So we are a Teen Suicide Prevention Foundation. We're an international organization, and our goal is to keep our teens and young adults alive. Mental health is a growing issue in this country and beyond. And just to give you a little bit of statistics, if you don't know, in the state of Illinois, I sit on the Illinois Suicide Prevention Alliance Board through Department of Health. 10 to 14-year-olds, suicide is their leading cause of death in this state. In the nation, we lose a teenager 9 to 25 every 4.5 minutes. It's a serious issue. So our goal is to recognize people, in addition to what we do every day, for helping us out, for being a partner in that. Your police department is an outstanding department when it comes to mental health and helping your community and your citizens and beyond, anybody who's in this area. For us, it's great. We constantly share information about your department with other departments as a role model. I wish every department was as active in mental health as your department is. You are extremely lucky here. So this award, we call it our Keeper Award, and it says for outstanding mental health team, because it's not just one officer on your team, it's the entire department, And I know that their entire department couldn't do what they did without your support as well. So from all of us and all the young people in the state, a heartfelt thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for what you do too.
Yes, thank you, Barry. Great job. Yes.
I can't say enough. I'll just kind of go off the fact is, as she just already said, you know, I just accept it on behalf of the police department because I'm the chief of police. But it's really the men and women of the department that make this work. They're tremendous. They do a great job. And, you know, we'll continue to take that to the next level. So, you know, thanks to the men and women of the police department.
Yes, absolutely.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you for you guys.
All right. Public comments on agenda topics. Hearing none, no old business. Item 1 under new business is an ordinance approving a contract for holiday lights. Bring this to the floor.
I make the motion.
Trustee Ferguson has made a motion. Do I have a second? I'll second. Second by Trustee Try. Any discussion? Hearing none. Mr. Clerk?
Trustee Charo.
Yes.
Trustee Ferguson.
Yes.
Trustee Fletcher.
Yes, please.
Trustee Gerger.
Yes.
Trustee Tribe.
Yes. Item 2 is an ordinance approving a pool fence variance. Can I have a motion to bring this to the floor?
I'll make that motion.
Trustee Fletcher's made a motion. Of a second?
Second.
Second by Trustee Charo. Do you need Pat to give you a summary, or are you?
Yeah, that would be good.
Great.
Okay.
Yeah.
A resident that is going through the process of installing a pool contacted our office and questioned whether they could use a locking cover in lieu of a fence. One of our staff told them yes, but then after we went back and looked through the ordinances, fences are required for all pools. So I asked our attorneys if we could do this, and they said that we could through the variance process, and that the city of Springfield had issued variances in these instances for houses that lived out around the lake. The Willies live on far east Walnut Street, up at the top of the hill. There's 2 houses up there. One of theirs is theirs. And they put a pool in the backyard. There's no sidewalks. People don't cut through their yard. They have deer out there all the time. But if there was a location that was suitable for allowing this variance in Chatham, that would be one of the 2 locations, because him and his next door neighbor would probably be the 2 best places for it. So we went in front of the board, the Zoning Board of Appeals. They turned around, had a public hearing. No one spoke in opposition. They discussed it, and their ruling was to allow the variance. So that's why it's in front of you guys tonight. The Willies are here. If you have any questions for them.
Questions or?
Yeah, my only concerns is with the variance. If we can even, I mean, it's pretty clear in the standards for a variance. And I don't know that this meets the standards for a variance. And so then would we be violating another ordinance by allowing this variance?
So the zoning board is the one that determined that it met the standards, and their report indicates that the standards for granting the variance were met. Variances specifically relating to pool fencing and to fences and swimming pools is specifically an authorized variance under section E8. And so with the zoning Board of Appeals recommendation that makes those findings, this board can either take that recommendation and approve the variance, or the board is free to deny the variance.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Any further questions or discussion?
I was just curious, it really doesn't affect my vote or not. Will the pool cover be on non-swimming moments? That's why I kind of assumed that, but I wanted to make sure.
We have no children in the house.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Beautiful home, by the way. My wife wants to visit your house.
It's just the setting.
Completely
up there.
separate
It's
from the vote.
beautiful
Sorry.
to drive out.
Off the topic.
The Zoning Board of Appeals wanted to tour the site, so.
Maybe we should do a field trip
Maybe
out
North
just to
Vikings.
verify that.
Only if Christie gets to go.
And
I
then-
can go.
Hang on, let's
The other
stay
question
focused.
would be.
Sorry.
The other question would be is what's to prevent current pool owners coming and requesting that variance?
The zoning committee.
Well, that's true. They would be able to request the variance. They would have to go before the zoning board of appeals, just like the homeowners did in this instance. The zoning board of appeals would take up the issues, and they may or may not make the same findings based on the facts of each individual case that comes before them.
If they had the same facts though, like I have this cover, you've said somebody with this cover doesn't need a fence, wouldn't we have to allow them not to have a fence?
Not necessarily, no, because those aren't the only facts that would be considered. And for example, as in the city of Springfield with their variances, it depends very much on location of the property, not just the type of covering before a variance is granted.
And
Does ours
and
say
passing
that?
a variance doesn't set a precedent.
That's also true.
But does ours say location of property?
Well, no,
In
those,
the
that's gonna
variance
go into
consideration?
the, no, that's gonna go into the factors that the zoning board of appeal would consider when they consider each individual variance petition that comes before them.
Okay.
Kind of catches on unique circumstances. That's part of what the zoning board of appeals always look at. What's the unique circumstance around this? So that's for that.
Because I just was under the impression that they had the two things. Can it not yield a reasonable return? Which a fence wouldn't matter and a pool cover wouldn't matter.
I think in this instance, they found that there is some issue of reasonable return based on representations that were made by a village employee.
Right. But that happened, the representation by the village employee, were you done with construction when he gave you the letter saying, oh, no, there is an ordinance? Okay, all right. All right,
Good, Fred?
yeah.
Right, and again, I just, again, I think we all received a good update from Jeff Emmerich after that zoning board of appeals. And again, I'm just referencing his opinion and the feedback from him was there just wasn't a lot of facts when it comes to, again, as Brett's saying.
No technical specs?
No
or
technical,
anything
yeah, no technical specs were provided.
for the zoning board, so
yeah,
how
so-
could they make a decision?
Right, and that's, again, I'm going off of, again, I'm not an expert at zoning, obviously.
And don't want to be?
Definitely not. But again, I'm just going off of those facts and that ordinance was put in place by folks who were experts that way back, again, who knows when, right? It's out, we have a date out there for it, but those folks put this in place for that, for various protections. Some of it neighborhoods. I do know folks in neighborhoods and who are not in neighborhoods who do have a fence and a cover. I'm not sure, that's probably not as heavy duty as yours, but they do have a cover that would definitely protect someone who it did fall in. So again, that's why, again, that was my concern about what came out of that meeting.
Any further? Mr. Court?
Trustee Try.
No.
Trustee Gerger.
No.
Trustee Fletcher.
Yes.
Trustee Ferguson.
Yes.
Trustee Charo.
Yes.
You don't need me? Okay.
That's not financial, right?
No, it's a majority.
Yeah.
Item 3 is a resolution approving the Illinois Public Risk Fund and Illinois County Risk Management Trust Insurance Program renewals and approving the underwriters of Lloyd's cybersecurity policy. A motion to bring this to the floor.
I'll motion that.
Trustee Try, have a second?
Second.
Second by Trustee Charo. Discussion on the premiums, as Pat had indicated at the committee meeting. We had expected that the general policy would increase as we.
With the cyber, did they tell you what standard mark they tried with? I know cyber is really, really tough right now.
The cyber that we ended up with is through Lloyd's of London.
It's a surplus lines.
Yeah.
So
The one we had last year that was offered through ICRMT was not offered this time. So we had to go out.
the market's tightening for cyber. Just so we all know as a board, when you go through surplus lines, there are no consumer protections. So if we get if they don't pay a claim, if they don't, there's no Department of Insurance help, we would have to sue them, but we still would have grounds to sue. We still could get an award. There's just no help consumer-wise through the state. But that's where the cyber market's going.
How's your feeling about Lloyd's of London?
Very sure, very good, very good. And that's where the cyber market's going. So it's not like I don't think we have other choices.
Nope.
I just want everybody to be
I was
aware.
hoping you were going to get insight on
Yeah.
that, being the expert.
Cyber's really tight.
Mr. Clerk, take a roll.
Trustee Charo.
Yes.
Trustee Ferguson.
Yes.
Trustee Gerger.
Yes.
Trustee Fletcher.
Yes.
Trustee Try.
Yes.
A motion to bring a consent agenda to the floor.
I'll make that motion.
Trustee Charles made a motion of a second.
Second.
Second by trustee Ferguson. Discussion on the warrants or the minutes. Hearing none, Mr. Clerk.
Trustee Charo.
Yes.
Trustee Ferguson.
Yes.
Trustee Try.
Yes.
Trustee Gerger.
Yes.
Trustee Fletcher.
Yes.
Are there any additional public comment on village business? Pat, did you schedule a tax levy at 5:45 or 6? All right. Schedule of meetings as published
agent.
with the addition of the tax levy hearing on December 13th at 5:45. We have no additional business. However, I will entertain a motion to go to closed session under threatened or pending litigation 2C11.
I'll make a motion.
Trustee Ferguson's made a motion. Second by trustee Try. Mr. Clerk, would you take a roll?
Trustee Try.
Yes.
Trustee Ferguson.
Yes.
Trustee Charo.
Yes.
Trustee Gerger.
Yes.
Trustee Fletcher.
Okay.
That's a yes.
That's a yes.
You have to, you
It
have to
sounds
say yes.
affirmative. I think, yeah,
Whether or not I say yes or no, we're still going back there, right?
you could say,
So say no.
Maybe.
I might.
Will there be any
My
action?
friends are going, so I guess I'll go with them.
taken
after
we reconvene.
So I'm gonna stop the meeting, okay?